with Cardano whales dumping over 270 million Cardano ADA. Should we be worried? We're going to dig into everything Cardano in today's video. Also, should the Cardano Treasury purchase Bitcoin? Something very interesting going on, and stay tuned till the very end because there could be a monstrous piece of news on the horizon. If you enjoy this sort of content, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get to it. Let's go. So, look, before we get into that, wrong screen. You can tell I haven't done a video on the Cardano project since, over a week ago now. We want to have a look and do a bit of a market update before we get into all the big news. So we're up 1.61% for the total market cap of crypto globally, which is at $3.33 trillion. Bitcoin at 106,638.55, up 1.11% in the past 24 hours, I should say. And if we scroll down, we've got Cardano, 10th by market cap, leapfrogged by Tron, is up 2.35% at 64 cent 47. Now, I do just want to open this up, right? Because there was somebody in our Discord saying that Cardano ADA will 100% go down to 60 cent. And I did call out saying nothing is a guarantee in crypto. And eventually I got some level of agreement to that. And we've gone down as low, if we go down to the lowest point, at 62.26 and 62.21 in the past 24 hours. And if we go down to like the absolute lows here, 61 cent, but we haven't actually hit 60 cent, at least yet. Now we could see some more downside, but there is a really big event happening, and I'll come on to that later in today's video, so stay tuned. But look, we've got the Cardano whales dumping over 270 million Cardano ADA in, I don't know why this is coming up. It's kind of covering up. There we go. In one week, right? Bearish signal or a shakeout is the question being raised in this article. And look, it would be interesting actually to really think about what this means for Cardano ADA as a project, right? As an ecosystem, as a network, right? Because actually, when you kind of consider the whole market, it's pretty much every project that's seeing big sell-offs, not just from whales, but generally across the market, right? Whenever there's war, there's uncertainty. We've got a lot going on, in the region that I'm currently in over here in Dubai, right? And I'm not that far away from what's going on. And look, for me, the market's spooked, right? And no one likes war. It's not good for humanity. It's not good for financial markets, right? So, there's always this risk on, risk off when it comes to financial markets. So, again, it could be a signal that we're seeing, lower prices on the horizon with everything going on. Very possible. Not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. And, when people talk about a 60 cent Cardano ADA, like that's just a price example. That's not a guarantee, right? So we want to be quite clear on all this. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Go away, do your own research, because investing in crypto is really risky and you do risk losing all of your money. So just want to be quite clear on all of that. But look, Cardano ADA bounces back 3.1%. Top 10 exit risk is now on the table. Now, what this is talking about the fact that Cardano ADA, if we look at all the different cryptocurrencies here, is now ranked 10th by market cap. Now, I think the risk is quite low. Hyperliquid would have to grow massively in order to leapfrog Cardano. I kind of think like the top 10 is very difficult to break into for other crypto projects. Doesn't mean that it's impossible for it to happen, but I do think that it's very, very unlikely for a lot of these projects. So, I take some of this stuff with a pinch of salt, right? But look, there is some really interesting stuff that we do want to discuss, right? Some really big talking points. And I want your thoughts and opinions in the comments below on this. Cardano considers offloading $100 million of Cardano ADA to jumpstart lagging DeFi and stablecoin ecosystem. the community is divided over potential ADA sales to boost Cardano's struggling DeFi and stablecoin markets, right? So again, lots of people, have got opinions, right? Everybody's got an opinion. So yeah, it's just interesting, right? We take about 100 million worth of ADA in the Treasury and convert it into a blend of collection of stable coins incumbent in Cardano. So, talking about USDM, USDA, as well as ADA-backed stable synthetics like 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗔𝗡, and convert some into Bitcoin to prime Bitcoin DeFi is what's being discussed here. So it's about getting yield and about actually jump-starting the network and the ecosystem. Now, I'm going to be all cards on the table, right? I don't know whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. And I want you to comment down below whether you agree that we should do this or we shouldn't do this, right? And this is the beauty of, a truly decentralized, fully, implemented governance system on a blockchain that ultimately isn't down to Charles to make that decision. Now it's down to the community. A proposal should be put there and the community should decide. And this has always been one of the biggest concerns for me. I would rather have somebody that, is far better and has way more knowledge and experience than myself and many others in the crypto space making the decisions. I want true leadership, leading the way, doing the best things for both the project and the investors of said project, right? Do I really want a load of meme coin hyping individuals that, to be honest, just follow blindly, don't do their own due diligence, don't understand the mechanics of blockchain technology, don't understand the world we even live in right now. And I'm not suggesting that I do, far from that. What I'm suggesting is I'd rather have people with a proven track record leading the way. And that is one of the things that scares me, right? This decision is likely to be made by the Cardano community. And not everybody in the Cardano community is, chasing meme coins, hyping meme coins, general, gamblers as I see it. There's some really highly educated, methodical thinking, experienced individuals that are going to be part of that governance. I just think that they're massively outweighed with people that are going to have, pretty decent voting power. So, look, again, it's not that I'm right and others are wrong. It's, let's talk about it. And you can join us in a free educational Discord. The link is in the description of the video, and have more of a say. Let's get talking, right? It's part of, what makes blockchain technology and crypto investing unique, and something that I love about it, right, is being able to have really open debates, not suggesting that one person is right and one person is wrong, which I see a lot of in the tribalism that we've got in blockchain and crypto. Let's open more dialogue. Let's make people think about things differently, get people going down rabbit holes, get people, doing their own due diligence and stuff like that. I think there's just lots to benefit from all of this, talk, right? And then moving on, we've got Cardano breaks 64 cent as staking addresses top 1.3 million addresses. And I think, again, it just goes to show the size of the Cardano community, right? I think that it's really, really big and it's well represented. ADA rose 3% over the past 24 hours to 64 cent 60, peaking at 65.02 before retracing slightly, according to CoinDesk research technical analyst models. The token broke through the resistance of 63.5 with strong volume, forming an uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. Cardano now has over 1.3 million staking addresses, according to Tap Tools, reaffirming its position as one of the most actively staked networks globally. And I think that's something really big and something to be proud of. Very, very important. Now we've got Charles Hoskinson reveals XRP-USD integration on Cardano. So again, just more big updates. And look, I want to come on to some really exciting stuff now, stuff that, I'm really excited about. And maybe we'll have some more live updates, maybe on this channel, maybe on the other Cheeky Crypto channels. Do check out the other channels that we've got, because I don't know exactly where we're going to put some of the content that is going to come from what is happening this weekend coming. So you want to definitely be in the free Discord, the educational Discord. You definitely want to be subscribed to all of our Cheeky Crypto channels here on YouTube. And you want to make sure that you are about for the next week or so, because I think there's some big things coming. Now, I'm not going to, lie, mislead, or anything like that. I'm going to be very, very transparent. We are going to be at an event. I don't know what the event is for, what it's about. I don't know anything. All I know is I'm to be on a particular flight and at a particular hotel at a particular, time and date, right? But I believe that there's going to be something massive coming. Now, I'm going to speculate, and it is just purely speculation. I think something's going to be happening around midnight. Maybe it's that we're going to, hear about, new innovation. I don't know. All I kind of feel is that it's going to be something big and something really, really exciting. And hopefully we can bring whatever it is live to you, right? But yeah, time will tell, right? And the reason why I think this, right, is Cardano to launch night rewards for Cardano ADA stakers. The fact that we're going to an event, the fact that Charles has talked about the fact that you're not just going to get ADA from your staking rewards, you're also going to get night token. I think something big is on the horizon, something big is coming, and everybody wants to be switched on, making sure they're watching what's going on. That's kind of my thoughts, my opinions. Stuff is getting really exciting. The market right now is very challenging. It's tough. Not everybody out there is in, a good financial position. And ultimately, I see blockchain, and it doesn't mean I'm right, but I see blockchain as that innovation that is going to change a lot of people's lives for the better. And look, not everybody's going to be successful. Not everybody's going to get it right. Not everybody's going to, become financially free, in my opinion. A lot of people aren't going to have the patience for it. They're not going to be doing their due diligence. And ultimately, they're not going to be switched on enough in order to be successful. This is investing for me, in my opinion, not financial advice. None of this should be treated as financial advice. It's just my opinion. It's just for, entertainment purposes and educational purposes. And hopefully people take something from what I'm saying. Like, for me, doing your due diligence is so important, right? Not following people blindly, which is what a lot of people do. Doing your due diligence, making sure you understand the risks, is a learning curve, right? And there's many mistakes that everybody makes. And you need to check out the Cheeky Crypto educational channel, because I try to save people from making some of these costly mistakes by highlighting the mistakes I've made, the mistakes I know others have made. And that is one of the beautiful things about, blockchain technology and crypto, is you don't need to experience financial loss in the markets. You can learn from others if you do the due diligence, you do the research, you spend the time. And a lot of people just don't do that. And those are going to be the people that aren't successful. But I do believe, in my humble opinion, that it will change the lives of many in a positive way. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I'm only doing one a week at the moment. This is because the channel has, been hit a little bit, and, it's going to take about 3 months. I've got to be very clear about all the disclaimers and make sure that you, as an audience, completely understand the risks. And I have always strongly tried to do that. And, I apologize, if people have felt that I haven't been as clear and concise as I could have been. I'm making a very big conscious effort to make sure that people understand, investing is very, very risky, and you do risk losing all of your money because of the volatility of the markets and all the risks that are involved. So look, 1 a week for now. I am going to be away. As I mentioned, at a big event. I'm expecting huge things to come from, and I'm very excited about that. But after that event, I am going to take a week away. I want to be honest, I haven't really enjoyed what I'm doing. And Nick and myself, a lot of people don't realize this, we don't make any money from doing any of this. This has been a passion of ours. We've done it for 5 or 6 years now. And, the last 4 weeks have just been soul destroying. And ultimately, I need a week away. And I'm going to take that, spend some time with the family, which is something I haven't done in like 5 or 6 years. And hopefully that's going to be enough to get me to come back fighting and feeling a little bit better about, what we're doing. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.